The camera opens on a dusty military base at dawn, soft golden light spilling over rows of tents and silent flags. A group of young Marines laugh near the mess hall, their voices echoing through the still air. Among them stands Corporal James Turner, proud, broad-shouldered, with the easy confidence of a man who believes he's seen it all. He's cleaning his rifle when he notices her, a small woman walking across the yard in plain clothes. Nothing about her seems remarkable. Her hair is tied back, her clothes are simple, and yet there's something unspoken in her steps. Turner squints, half grinning. "Hey, ma'am," he calls out jokingly. "If you were in the Corps, what would your call sign be?" The woman stops, turns. Her eyes are calm, the kind of calm that makes silence feel heavy. "Before I tell you what happened next, like, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Valley." "Tell me, where are you watching from?" She smiles faintly. "Call sign?" She repeats softly, as if the word carries a distant memory. "They used to call me Iron Widow." The laughter dies instantly. The Marines glance at each other, unsure if they heard her right. Turner lets out a small chuckle, trying to brush it off. "That's a strong name," he says, pretending not to care. "Where'd you pick that up? Comic book?" But her silence answers louder than words. Later that morning, the commander steps out of his office and freezes when he sees her. His posture straightens immediately. "Ma'am," he says with deep respect, "I wasn't informed you were arriving today." Every Marine nearby stiffens. Turner looks confused, then watches in disbelief as the commander salutes the same simple woman he'd just mocked. The commander turns to the squad. "Marines," he says, "meet Major Evelyn Ross, retired combat pilot, recipient of the Silver Star, and the only survivor of Falcon Wing 7. A hush falls over the yard. The name Falcon Wing 7 is sacred among them, a squadron wiped out during an impossible rescue mission years ago. Turner feels his chest tighten. The woman, Major Ross, nods politely. "I was just passing through," she says. "Didn't mean to interrupt your day." The commander smiles faintly. "You never interrupt, ma'am. You remind us why we wear the uniform." Turner stands frozen, heat rising behind his ears. He watches her walk toward the flagpole, her steps unhurried, her eyes on the sky, as if searching for ghosts only she can see. For a long moment, no one speaks. The air feels heavier, full of unseen history. Turner's rifle hangs forgotten by his side. That evening, as the sun dips low and the yard turns gold again, Turner finds her sitting alone on a bench near the hangars. The distant hum of aircraft engines fills the air. "Ma'am," he says quietly, "I didn't know." She looks at him, her face softened by time and sunlight. "Most people don't," she replies. "That's how peace looks, when no one remembers the war that kept it." Turner sits beside her, the weight of his earlier arrogance pressing hard on his chest. "They said Falcon Wing 7 was lost over the ridge," he says. She nods slowly. "It was. They didn't make it back, I did. Not because I was stronger, just luckier." There's no pride in her tone. Only memory. Only silence. She turns her gaze toward the setting sun. "You asked for my call sign," she says gently. "They called me Iron Widow because I flew through the fire that took my husband's plane down. I finished his mission." Turner swallows hard. The noise of laughter and drills from earlier feels distant now, like echoes from a younger, smaller world. He wants to say something, an apology, a salute, anything. But she simply raises a hand, stopping him. "Respect isn't about rank," she says softly. "It's about how you see people before you know who they are." The words settle between them like dust in sunlight, gentle, unshakable. As night deepens, the base lights flicker on, reflecting in the metal of her old pilot badge pinned discreetly to her jacket. Turner stands slowly, salutes her with quiet sincerity, and walks away, a different man than he was that morning. The next day, when the recruits gathered again, the joking tone was gone. Where laughter once filled the air, now there was a calm sense of reverence. Turner caught himself glancing at every civilian who walked by, wondering what untold story lay behind their eyes. Because he'd learned something that day, something not written in any military manual. Sometimes, the strongest warriors don't wear medals anymore. They carry silence instead, and a grace that outlives every battle. Weeks later, a letter arrived for Turner. Inside was a single patch, black and silver, embroidered with 2 words, Iron Widow. No note. No explanation. Just that. He pinned it inside his locker door where no one could see it but him. Every morning before inspection, he touched it once. Not out of guilt, but remembrance. Because sometimes the people we overlook are the ones who once stood between life and chaos and never asked for thanks. In the quiet rhythm of her steps, he had seen something stronger than pride. He had seen peace that had been earned, not given, and from that day on he carried her lesson like a compass. To listen before judging, to honor before knowing, to salute not the uniform but the heart behind it. If this story moved you, like, comment, share your Kindness Valley thoughts below, and subscribe for more untold stories. Respect is not owed to the loudest voice or the brightest uniform. It belongs to those who carry their courage quietly, the ones who fought, forgave, and walked away with grace.